Hi there, 11SG. This is the next lesson, and this, if you remember, the next thing we have to make is a hash brown sandwich, okay? Which I think is going to be quite tasty. They certainly were when we made them in class, okay? So before we do anything, remember what we've got to do. We've got to wash our hands, okay? So we're going to do that using the technique that we've been using all the time at school, and which you should be practicing all the time at home because of COVID, okay? So you need to get some soap, okay, and some cold water. Make your hands wet. Wash your hands, so palm to palm, then between your fingers, okay, then turn them over, between your fingers at the back, okay, then the tips of your fingers and your thumb, okay, and then your nails, and then your thumbs, and your wrists, okay. So you do all of those things. That should take you 20 seconds. Then you rinse it off with cold water and dry your hands thoroughly, okay. Right, that bit done. The next thing I need you to do is I've sent you a recipe. I need you to read the recipe all the way through, okay? So we're going to make a hash brown sandwich. We need to first of all check the ingredients. Now to make this quick enough so that the video is short enough for Zoe to edit it, I've done some stuff already, okay? So the recipe says we need 4 large hash browns, okay, which I have already cooked in the oven. Okay, so 4 hash browns. You can see the 2 slices of bacon that I've also already fried, okay. We need 2 eggs, which I've cooked in the pan, okay. We need some fresh leaf baby spinach, but you could use lettuce or any green cress, anything you like that's green, and some sliced tomatoes, and I only had tiny little ones, okay, and some salt and pepper. So really today I'm just going to show you what I have already done, okay, and then we're going to make the hash brown sandwiches, which is the fun part at the end. Once we've been through the list of ingredients, okay, don't forget there's oil on there for frying, which we'll come to in a second. We need to go through the method, okay. So the first thing in the method is to warm the hash browns in the oven, okay. Now you can actually make your own hash browns, in which case by the time you finish making them they will be warm and they'll be fine. If you're using, like I've done, frozen ones from Tesco's, they need to go in the oven, okay, and these needed to be heated for 20 minutes in the oven from frozen, okay. Once we've done the hash browns, okay, so that's a cooking technique. You're going to need to come to that later in your worksheets. So cooking things in the oven, we call that either baking or roasting or cooking, okay? So that's a technique that you've used. So we've basically baked those hash browns in the oven, okay? The next thing, it says oil a frying pan and cook the eggs and the bacon. So as you saw just now, I've already cooked the bacon. Here's the frying pan, which I've got the 2 fried eggs in, okay? So when we fry in a pan with oil like this, it's called shallow frying. So that's another technique that you could use in your worksheet, okay? So shallow frying is cooking in a pan with a thin layer of oil in the frying pan, okay? The alternative to that is called deep fat frying, which is sometimes how you make chips, where you have a big vat of oil and you make that really, really hot, and you actually soak everything right inside it to fry it, okay? So that's called deep frying. In a saucepan like this, it's called shallow frying, okay? So once we've done that, which I've pretty much already done, so we've cooked the hash browns or baked them in the oven. I've already fried the bacon, as you saw, and I've fried the eggs in here, okay? Once we've done that, we just actually have to make our hash brown sandwich, okay? So to do that, we're going to basically make 2 sandwiches, so that's 4 hash browns, okay? So I'll take those out of the oven. So we've got, now these could have been a bit bigger. Do you remember we had this problem at school? The hash browns are quite small for a sandwich, so I'm going to do my best. It's going to look like a bit of a weird sandwich because these are thick, but they're not very, they don't have much of a surface area to make our sandwich out of. So I think I might make a stack rather than a sandwich with those on the base, okay? So it says in the recipe that we put the hash browns on a plate and add some baby leaf spinach, okay, which I'm going to do. A few leaves of spinach on each of the hash browns. Okay, there we go. Then we need to add the bacon. Okay, so 1 slice of bacon per sandwich. I've cooked this bacon quite well. I like my bacon a bit crispy. You might not like it that way, so you don't have to cook it till it's as crispy as this. So we put 1 piece of bacon on there, 1 piece of bacon on there, and then we need to add the tomatoes. So I didn't have any big tomatoes, so I've got little baby ones, so I'm just going to scatter a few bits of tomato onto my bacon and spinach. Get on there, little rascal. Okay, you can try and make this look a bit prettier than I'm doing. There we go. Then we need to add the eggs, okay, on top. So this is going to look quite nice. So there is 1 fried egg, another, whoa, come off of there, another fried egg, okay, and then we want to season the sandwiches, okay? So seasoning is how we make things taste yummy, okay? And usually we use salt and pepper to do that, okay? So I've got some pepper, just grind a little bit of pepper. I like a lot of pepper. Don't have to use as much pepper as me. And I don't like a lot of salt, but we will just put a little bit of salt on each one. And there you have 2 hash brown sandwiches. Enjoy. Bye bye.